Across Michigan with the snow rolling on through. Our first snow of the season here in southeast Michigan. Not only was it our first measurable snow, which has to be a tenth of an inch, but it was our first time we've picked up more than an inch of snow. Now, our records are officially kept at the airport. I want you to see kind of what we currently have going on. Oops, we don't have anything going on right now. There we go. Now you should be able to see everything. All right, first let's take a look at our current radar. We do still have some snow rolling on through, but like I mentioned, we did pick up our first not only measurable snow of the season, but our first inch of snow. 1.2 inches officially at the airport earlier today. So you can see about a week ahead of our average first measurable snow and almost 3 weeks ahead of our average first inch of snow. Now the question is this going to start, a very snowy winter ahead? I definitely can't say that necessarily, though it is projected to be a La Nina winter, which would potentially bring us more precipitation. Could be snow, could be rain, but a better chance to have storm tracks going over us, so a better chance for all of this. But overall, in the at least near future, not really seeing much more additional snow aside from what we can expect tonight and moving into tomorrow with some lake effect snow chances. So let's get on to that and kind of talk about what we've got going on. Again, we do still have some snow across the area, as you can see here, but you can also tell actually this is lake effect snow now happening. The bulk of the moisture that came through with that storm system is gone, and the reason you can see this is lake effect snow, as we zoom out, there is no snow on the north side of Lake Huron here, but you can see this banding. So we are getting lake effect snow showers through Sanilac County, St. Clair, and Macomb counties, even very eastern Oakland County before the band kind of fizzles out. Also have a good band coming in off of Saginaw Bay. That's stretching towards Lansing. And then also if you want to see where they're really expecting quite a bit of snow, just thanks to the shape of Lake Michigan, I mean, take a look at this band. So winds are kind of out of the northwest here. So this band actually starts almost due west of Traverse City and then comes down a huge fetch across Lake Michigan, and then it's just dumping snow right here. So really don't want to be traveling down there by any means in West Michigan and then northern Indiana as that lake effect snow kicks up. So thankfully we're not going to see a lot of lake effect snow here in southeast Michigan. Our biggest concern is right now where we do again have those bands coming off of Lake Huron. There's a potential for an inch to even up to 2, maybe 3 inches of localized heavier snow, and that's in this region again, mainly from Port Sanilac down towards southern Macomb County as you get closer to Warren. So we'll see if those bands kind of hold on through. Everyone else though, not going to see more than maybe a dusting or so of snow. Bigger picture, you can pick up this storm system here. Actually, the center of the storm that came through is now just to the south and east of Buffalo. But because we have still strong winds behind this storm system, right now to the northeast for us, and then tomorrow they're going to be out of the northwest, and it's cold air that's coming in. That's what's leading to the lake effect snow. So you have the cold air, which we're talking at the surface, it'll be in the 30s, but the water temperature right now across all the lakes is roughly an average of about 50 degrees. So you've got cold air going over the warm lake water. That's leading to some lake effect snow showers. And you can see it here on Futurecast. We'll put things in motion again. Lake effect snow bands for us will last for the next few hours. We actually do have a winter weather advisory because of the lake effect snow through Macomb and St. Clair counties through 4 a.m. Though that doesn't mean that if you don't live in those counties, you won't see snow, because we're already seeing it in Sanilac County and also seeing it stretch through Oakland and northern Wayne County. So still keep an eye on that. But as we continue through tonight, the winds start to change. They'll be more out of the north, and then by daybreak tomorrow, almost out of the northwest. So that's going to shut down the lake effect snow for us for Lake Huron and actually bring most of us some drier conditions throughout your Monday. Now I've taken off the clouds here just so it's easier to see the snow, but tomorrow's still going to be mostly sunny to start and then partly sunny as we get towards the afternoon. Chance for some lake effect snow showers up towards the tip of the thumb, mainly Sanilac County, and then we'll keep an eye on what develops off to the west side of the state. So as I put things in motion more, for the most part, we're looking at good conditions here in southeast Michigan. We'll see though if we potentially get one of these bands. It depends on how northwesterly the wind is, or if it's a west-northwest wind, if we can pull some of this snow across. Of course, it's got to go across the whole state, which is quite a distance. So our chance for lake effect snow for most of us tomorrow is pretty low, but still worth a mention there. I wouldn't expect a ton of lake effect snow for tomorrow in particular, but again, if you do live up towards the thumb, Sanilac, St. Clair, Macomb County, you could be looking at another inch to maybe 3 inches of snow, mainly tonight, mainly between now and about 4 a.m. with the lake effect effect band. All right, the thing though that we are going to be looking at because of this storm system is the wind and the cold feeling because of the wind. Now, we'll actually have cold temperatures in place, well below average, but then when you factor in the winds, it's going to feel even colder across the area. So tomorrow's high temperatures, I'm first going to show you what we're, actually, I'll take a look at lows first. So our temperatures in the morning, we're looking at temperatures mainly in the low to mid 20s as you step out the door. So overall, that's cold. I mean, our average low, 36, you can see it there. We'll be close to a record. I don't think we're going to be at that record, but it's definitely going to be cold. So lows in the 20s, and then our highs in the afternoon really struggling, mainly only looking at mid 30s. Some of us won't even see the mid 30s. We'll stop closer to the freezing mark. You can see our average high though up at the bar, 51 degrees. So we're going to be about 15 degrees at least colder than average. So the actual air in place will be cold. When you factor in the winds too out of the north-northwest, about 15 with gusts up to 25 miles per hour, it's going to feel even colder. And I want you to take a look here, kind of comparing things. So this is a look at the day ahead. First, what you're going to see once this loads is our temperature throughout the day. Coldest temperatures usually happen in the morning. That's where we're looking at mid to upper 20s. Warmest temperatures this time of year happen closer to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So as you can see, near 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we're in the mid to upper 30s. But when you factor in the winds, it's going to feel like the teens in the morning and 20s in the afternoon. So not only is it going to be cold, it's going to feel even colder across the area. So bundle up as you step out the door. Make sure your kids are bundled up as well if they're walking to school or heading to the bus stop tomorrow. It's just going to be a chilly day overall, and we are going to be looking at just cold conditions hanging around not only for Monday, but even we're going to see similar conditions on Tuesday. Now we'll start off in the 20s. You'll see the 7-day forecast come up, and then we'll climb in the mid to upper 30s in the afternoon. There is a slight snow chance on Tuesday, but much like Monday, it won't be much. A better chance to be dry. After we get through this though, then we get to warmer conditions. Our temperatures jump nicely with the change of the winds on Wednesday into the mid 40s, and then we're near 50 on Thursday, and then we're into the 50s as we get into next weekend. It does look like we do have another storm coming in next week, and that may bring us some showers first Saturday, and then the next batch coming in Sunday night. So keep an eye on that forecast, but at least we get closer to at least our average temperatures towards the end of the week and into next weekend. Just focusing on the colder temperatures to start off this work week and the chances for some snow across the area. You can always ask me any questions too, especially when I'm streaming live. If this is posted though, and I'm no longer streaming live, it'll be hard for me to be checking things. I will not be checking things at 2 in the morning. Hopefully I'm sleeping at that point. But of course, through the rest of this evening, I'll keep you focused or updated on that. But again, picked up a nice bit of snow across the area. We picked up our first measurable snow, actually 1.2 inches officially at the airport. I'm waiting for a couple other totals to come in, but I can show you one thing that is showing kind of estimated snowfall around the region. It does look like a good chunk of us at least saw, this is about a loop here, at least about almost 1 inch to 2 inches of kind of more of a slushy mix on grass and elevated surfaces. Thankfully for most of us here in Southeast Michigan, we did not see it stick for anything longer than just a short bit on paved surfaces. That's not to say, though you are seeing some photos up near Saginaw, for example, Bay City, they have had snow that has stuck for sure on the pavement, and they've actually had some higher snowfall totals. They're seeing more right now, but I saw a total of 4 inches in Saginaw and 6 inches in Freeland. So yeah, they're looking at more snow kind of up here in this part of the state. For us though, we haven't had that much. This is kind of a rough estimate. Some locally higher amounts, trying to pull closer to 3 inches with that. So most of it thankfully has melted as it's fallen to the ground, which is of course, I say good news, just because we do have everyone heading back to work or school tomorrow. So it's better for the road crews. They're able to take care of everything a little bit easier there. But pretty interesting to see kind of what we've picked up so far across the area. We could pick up additional snow up in Sanilac, St. Clair, and Macomb County. So keeping an eye on that. Again, those are the spots that are in the winter weather advisory until 4 a.m. tomorrow. So a nice first taste of snow across the area. I'm going to put radar back up to take a look. Now we shift our focus towards lake effect snow bands. Again, we got a couple shorter bands coming in off of Lake Huron. Here you can see it. We've got this longer band coming in, a better fetch across the Bay of Saginaw. So that's why you can get a longer band. It all kind of depends on the longer fetch you have across the lake, or that distance that the colder air is moving across the lake, usually the longer lake effect snow band that you can get. So the ones that are closer to us are only kind of going across this part of the lake, so not as long, while this band is actually stretching even farther off to the north and east, and then that's why it's pushing all the way down towards Lansing. So lake effect snow, pretty cool, something to see. Of course, if you're like me and have ever driven through it, I will try to avoid it if I can. So crazy, you can get whiteout conditions pretty quickly. It's probably what they're dealing with over here. I wish I could pull up some of the road cams for you guys, but this is that band that comes all the way down Lake Michigan. So they're looking at quite a bit of snow right now here through South Bend, or just to the north and west of South Bend. So pretty heavy amounts of snow in this spot. Now, some totals have had closer to about a foot of snow. Yes, a foot of snow. And then, like, worst case scenario, if it had the best fetch across the lake, almost 2 feet of snow possible here. So definitely going to be interesting to see video come out of this region for tomorrow. We're again not going to expect any of that over here in the southeastern part of the state. At best, another inch to maybe 3 inches of snow in this region from lake effect bands coming in off of Lake Huron. Saginaw, different story, definitely could pick up even more than that with the fetch. Again, our winds will be changing tonight and into tomorrow. They'll come out of the northwest, which is going to shut down the lake effect snow showers for us for the most part from Lake Huron, but we still could get just that kind of little fetch here that could bring a little bit across the thumb and into Sanilac County as we get into the afternoon tomorrow. And maybe we'll get a band from Lake Michigan. Again, big maybe there. A much better chance to not see that across the area. Though cold temperatures, again, expected tomorrow. I'll put up what you can expect as you step out the door tomorrow morning. Some lake effect snow showers ending. We'll actually see some clearing by the time we get into the morning hours. It's going to be chilly. Actual air temperatures in the 20s. Winds be out of the north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then as we get towards the afternoon, looking at temperatures climbing into the low to mid 30s in the afternoon. So overall, a chilly day. It's going to feel even colder with winds out of the north-northwest, 15 to 25 miles per hour. So keep that in mind. And like I mentioned, you saw the temperatures there, but it's going to feel even colder when you factor in the winds. These are a look at our forecasted temperatures for tomorrow, breaking it down from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then when you factor in the winds, it's going to feel more like the teens and then the 20s. Teens in the morning, 20s in the afternoon across the area. So bundle up as you head out and about for your Monday. Still chilly expected on Tuesday, slight chance for a snow shower, slight chance for a rain shower on Wednesday, but it will be warmer, so mid 40s expected there. And then we're near 50 to round out the work week and head into next weekend. Also to note real quick, it is going to be breezy the next couple of days. Pretty much every single day we'll have wind gusts about 25 to 30 miles per hour through Thursday. So still windy, winds will be changing though direction, so that's what's going to help pull in the warmer temperatures towards the end of the week. So I hope that gives you an outlook of what you can expect. I probably should take my face off here so you can see the rest of the 7-day forecast, but if you have any questions, always let us know. Hopefully keeping you informed. We've made it through our first round of snow. If it was a wake-up call for you to kind of be like, okay, do I have everything in order for what winter could bring this year? Hopefully you used it to your advantage. Again, as of right now, not looking at any major impacts really in terms of winter weather over the week ahead. One thing I didn't mention though, and I should mention, just be prepared for potential slick spots tomorrow morning on any untreated surfaces. Even if you did just see rain today, temperatures will be below freezing tonight, so that could lead to some refreezing going on. However, roads are still warm. It is very early in the season, so at this point, the ground itself is still on the warmer side, so we're likely to still see some more melting, but still, patchy areas of ice not out of the question. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope you have a great week ahead. I will keep you posted if any